Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, good. How about
You
you?
guys can step in.
Can we come in?
Yeah, come on in the hall.
I just want to get video of you kind of looking through it a little bit if we can.
Yeah, so,
So this is it.
okay.
That's the assessor's book from the Civil War era.
Where did you find it exactly?
It was in a big brick house
South
on
of the
G
bridge there.
South. Directly, okay, you know the bridge on the river that's broken down that you can't walk across anymore? Straight south of that.
Okay.
Down that road and then to the right. So the sheriff would know the address more than me,
Okay.
but this one doesn't have too much mold and stuff on it, so it's.
Okay, that's good.
But you'll definitely want to wash your hands after you
Yes.
look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a few of your pictures, it looked pretty interesting. So it's got like the military
It does.
credit people because we still, handle that in our office too.
Yeah, that's what I finally got the trailer hitch fixed on.
Can we move to a place where we don't have those guys in our
Yeah.
background? There we go. Yeah, if you want to sit down in the chair or something. Yeah, so it has that, and then it has the property after a while, later in the book.
So is it all just Clay Township, or have you?
It
looked
seems
through all of it?
I've only looked as far as I dared to without wrinkling the pages,
Right.
because I know there's experts that can look through it without doing any damage,
Yeah, I don't.
and I don't know what the value is on
I
on
honestly
it.
don't think we have any books that are this old.
That's what I was
in our
told.
office,
Yeah,
So, yeah.
this
Have
this
older
is.
books, but nothing like this. And I wonder if maybe
Now, is the sheriff in this building too?
no. They're
Oh,
in
shoot,
a
okay.
separate building.
Okay, because I was hoping because he's a Facebook friend and we've been chatting about this all along,
Okay.
and it was his understanding from the guy that owns the house now is named Kent,
Okay.
and I don't remember his last name, but he thinks that the Dunhams, he believes that the Dunhams were the county assessors at the time.
Yeah.
And that's why these books were there. But there's a whole bunch of other books that we don't know. We're trying to piece together, why would the county assessor have
I've had those.
things like, there's a lot of other things that
I'll have to look
that
back
don't seem important.
in the history of assessors because originally Mike May hired me. He was the assessor here. Before him
Isn't
was-
that Greg May's dad?
Mhm.
Mike May?
Yeah,
I know
before
Greg.
him was
Yeah.
Phyllis Mott.
Mhm.
And I don't know, she was the first female assessor in the county, I know, but I don't know the names before her, so I'll have to
Well, this would have
do some
been.
digging. It would have been way,
I mean, do you have an idea of the year? Is there any indication that you can see?
no,
Because we couldn't come up with a year based on this.
no, the only thing is if we take some of these owner names and go back in the old transfer books in the auditor's office or the recorder's office, either one. And
We just
try to
assumed
track
that it
back to
was.
see when they owned property.
Yeah, we just assumed it was Civil War era because that was the age of the other books, and since it was the military sign up, but the military sign up, that's nothing unusual, I guess maybe.
No, because we sign up now for the military credit and homestead credit, different things like that. I just don't know how long there have been assessors either, in place.
I mean, it looks.
And I think they used to just have township assessors, from what I understand. So this
Is that a
could have been-
page number or what?
Well, I don't know, because another one said 16 that I already flipped. I'm not sure.
Don't you just love the handwriting from back then?
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to read now, but
Yeah, nobody writes like
it's
that
neat.
anymore.
And it tells you how many cows they have, how many horses. They don't still do that, right?
No, and I'm
Nothing
glad
like
we
that.
don't have to do that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a really
they used to ask how much jewelry you had, how many head of cattle, how many dogs, how many chickens, how many
Jewelry.
everything, and
wow.
you get valued on your total property.
And
that way.
didn't they lie? I mean, didn't people lie?
Probably.
Because you
Yeah,
didn't
because-
they couldn't go through your house.
They said that people used to hide the jewelry, so so they wouldn't
That makes sense.
see it,
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you had to
It's
pay
pretty
taxes.
interesting.
You had to pay taxes on
I
your
guess
jewel.
so. I mean, it was all property taxes.
Because there was no sales tax back then, I suppose.
I don't know. Yeah,
So-
this is pretty great though.
So this was in the attic of that house. And there are books that are in better shape and there are books that are in worse shape. So this one's on the better end of it.
Yeah, it's very legible. I mean, for the most part, the pages aren't ruined at all. You know, there's some stains and everything,
Yeah.
but it's
And the covers aren't terribly bad. I mean,
yeah, it's in really good shape. I think everything is pretty legible as far as the handwriting and everything too. So, yeah, the way to look back would be to go through the old transfer books and some of the recorded documents, and see when some of these people owned property to know, you know, about the decade at least.
well,
it
you
was
know,
in.
are those alphabetical or anything? Because even the assessor, if they owned that property, Dunham would be in there.
Right?
So if it's alphabetical, I just thought of that.
Yeah.
Then Dunham would be in there, and we'd be able to see if
I
it.
think it is actually alphabetical order of Clay Township. So that looks like
So-
it says there.
So if we can find Dunham,
Looks like Cox, Cosby.
oh, so the last name is first. Barr.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's my mom's. Barr is my mom's maiden name.
I think that's actually Carr.
Oh, is it?
Well,
oh, yeah.
it's hard
Barr.
to read this writing, but yeah. Here's
Okay,
the
so
D.
here's
So
the D-U-N, Dunham. There's David.
That's an A and then that's an O.
Yeah.
yeah, there might not necessarily be an exact order, but
So now we're in
Those are
Gibson.
Fs.
yeah. Yeah, that says Gould, Gregory.
Is there any Godikes in there by any chance?
Maybe.
I don't know. Because they were in Pella at that time.
Good speed.
Yeah, no Godikes.
Yeah. No, but that's
I'm not exactly sure what Clay County covers, so I don't know if that would have been part of Pella.
Clay Township.
Yeah.
yeah, I've got a township map in there.
Is that Dunham? Right there.
That's Durham. Well, it might be
I
Dunham,
think
but
that is. It's one of those.
do you know the first name of the Dunham that it belonged to?
No, but the sheriff does.
Yeah.
And
oh,
I'm
I
using
can-
my phone. I would call him, but I'm using my phone to record.
That's okay.
That looks more like Durham.
And Kent knows.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, isn't it?
I'm
I thought it
recording
looked
this
like
all.
Durham, but
We know for a fact that it's.
C.W. Durham.
It doesn't have
DL.
two, like an N would, two. It looks like it's an R.
We know for a fact it's Dunham, right? Dunham.
That's what was
Okay.
on the door.
It was on the door. Yeah.
And this looks like W.F. Durham to me, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is Dunham right there. Dunham. That's my opinion. So they owned number of what? School district?
School district. See, and I think the way I understand things used to be assessed per school district to support the township schools. So there were different township assessors back in the day.
And that's I bet you that's what they were.
Probably
Was a
so.
township assessor.
And that looks like,
But the
is that Lola?
Lola is the name that's in all the books.
This says
Lola.
GEO. Was it George? Looks like
could be.
GEOA and Lola.
Yes, Lola's name is in a lot of the other books handwritten. So yeah. That's it, I'll bet. Oh, that's wild.
Very
Okay, so
interesting.
does it say where the property is?
Well, if we have section, township, range, that kind of thing, it would. Honestly, my eyes are not good out in this light, so I can't see very well. It's very small.
We can move
print.
to a different spot if you want to. Because this is
Horses,
all
mules.
Those
this
are
is
just
all
the
pieces.
cattle counts, aren't
We're
they?
trying to piece all this together with everything else and figure out
It
the
doesn't
big
have any-
mystery.
Doesn't have anything in the lot or block.
No, if it was out in the county, then it wouldn't have that kind of a legal description anyway. But I don't see anything handwritten.
But Lola, number of sub school district. So is that kids? Number of kids is 3, and then 1 number of road district.
Yeah, which
So-
isn't something we deal with anymore. So I don't know.
Or no, Lola's the first one. School district. That doesn't. Well,
Yeah, it needs
I'll
to
leave
be.
it to the scholars.
Needs to be
figure that
studied
out.
a
I'm
little
just
bit, doesn't it?
capturing.
Yeah.
Oh, those are neat. No.
See, and we
There's
didn't. I
Lynn,
didn't go
Beth.
this far because I didn't want to damage anything.
These are first names. Isn't it Beth?
That is Beth. Yeah, those are first names. Is that wife?
Well, I don't know because it seems to me like there's a lot of.
There's a lot of Lolas.
I wonder if it's the person who wrote in the book. Like who was the
Oh, the record keeper.
The record keeper. Maybe I don't know because.
Well, that makes sense too because a Lola lived in the house and is on. Her name is on a lot of other books.
Really?
But she might have been the one that was actually the recorder too, or he, or I assume Lola's a woman.
E-U-R.
Yeah, sure.
U-R.
Because it looks like some of the same names or whatever repeated, doesn't it? Like
Lynn.
Lynn, L-I-N-N.
Lynn, yeah.
That's on several of them.
And then what is?
Beth, does it say Beth?
There's Beth again.
Mhm.
What is guardian for?
This
Somebody
must have been the
heirs.
guardian. Yep.
It's a good speed.
Yeah.
Well, both Steve Woodhouse and Ken also are both doing stories on this,
Okay.
so they're probably going to contact you with questions.
questions?
Yeah, because they're trying to put the big pieces together to figure out who this was, why they left it there, and the Kent guy didn't even know this stuff was up there. It was actually found by people that were going through abandoned houses.
Okay.
So,
Illegally.
Well, yeah, I mean, trespassing.
This handwriting is really pretty. Look at that. I mean, these N's, they're really fancy. But it looks like there's
Mhm.
different handwriting. If you compare these names to
Mhm.
these, that looks like different
It's
handwriting
different.
to me. So they probably.
What about that letter we found? That was,
Yep.
there was a letter that we found that had been written from like a correspondence letter in this
From-
fancy handwriting.
kind of
It wasn't
handwriting.
that fancy
It was
handwriting.
just like that.
Huh.
What is that? It almost looks like an Ida.
Ida? Mhm.
Could Lola be Ida?
Sometimes I think it looks like Lola. And sometimes
It's
I think
kind of hard to tell on some of it, isn't it?
Well, we need to go through the other books and compare it and see. I'm just gonna get a shot of that
It's
real
definitely
because I didn't dare turn back this far, so I did. You're going back more than what I did.
See, these say non-resident. You see at the top there, it says
I do.
non-resident, but
What
they've
is
got.
that? And then why would they have to record their information?
Don't know. If they were non-resident, maybe they didn't
Did
live
they
in the
rent?
county, but they owned the property. That could be. There's only a couple of pages of those.
You know, and I don't know how this is related, but maybe you know. The Dunhams moved from Missouri when the Civil War started
Okay.
because they wanted to be on the side of the North.
Okay.
So they moved from Missouri to this house at that time.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if you think about that a little bit, you know, if that rings any bells.
It doesn't to me, but
I just mention it because I never know.
yeah,
Non-resident.
yeah, non-resident. So
And then what's it on? Is there? I didn't dare turn it onto the back page, but what's in the? Is there a
The very
year
back?
in the very back, or anything that gives us? No, there's several pages missing.
yeah, looks like they've been torn or cut, maybe out of there. But that last page is blank anyway, so. That just says non-resident, so. No, I don't see anything about a year in here.
Years.
But there are.
I don't know what that-
There also aren't any actual valuations written in here, but maybe they did that differently. This is just where they kept track of what you actually owned, maybe.
Hmm.
But it doesn't have Doesn't have acres of land. This must have just
Mm-mm.
been like the personal
It was
property
just-
stuff.
It was just cattle and horses,
Yeah.
and I don't think they even had cars or anything like that, obviously.
Just says total personal property.
So horses, and the value of a horse must have been $50, because 2 of them are worth 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's the vehicles? So they're probably a wagon, I would guess. Come on, camera, point at that. Why aren't you doing that?
What does this say here? Because this column is for remarks. Sawmill.
Sawmill.
Hmm.
Stevens.
William Stevens.
What does that say?
Guardian for-
Guardian for friend.
Maybe. It does say friend. Huh.
Guardian for friend. And there are some numbers,
Some totals. Yeah.
some stuff down there. Boy, I wish we
Yeah.
could figure out a year. If you
Yeah.
come up with a year,
The only thing I can think, and I can do some more looking, I didn't see anything right offhand, but like I said, is maybe to take some of these names and look back in the older recorded documents in their books and see, you know.
I think, I don't know anybody at Knoxville Papers, but I think that there would be a Knoxville paper that would be interested in doing a story about this. I know the Pella, Steve works for Pella, and then Ken works for Oski, but
Well, and actually it was just announced today that the Knoxville Journal-Express is being absorbed or merged with the Oskaloosa Herald anyway.
Oh, really?
So that's,
Oh, okay. So
that's the thing there.
that's
So
Ken's
yeah.
competition. And I bet you there was a year on there
There
or
could've
something, but it's just,
There could have been something on here, although it doesn't look like anything's missing there, but.
I did photograph it really well, and I haven't tried to saturate contrast or colors yet, so I might still be able to pull something out that the eye can't see.
But yeah, normally you think there'd be something on the spine,
I would
right?
think so. I mean, right there looks like is where it would be printed,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or, I mean, there was something on that corner too.
Probably had those black leather
Okay.
corner pieces, it looks like that. Maybe not leather, but you know. Like, yeah, like on the back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Whatever that is.
cardboard? Or, well,
Same as that, yeah. It's not
Yeah.
leather for sure, is it?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, it's cool. I know
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I
It's
feel like I
neat
really
stuff.
need to wash my hands now, like
You
you,
do.
guys said.
You do.
Yeah, I don't think we
The-
have
and-
anything this old for sure.
And the most dangerous part of it, what I talked to somebody from Iowa State the other day, and they said the most dangerous thing is the bat poop that was up there, guano.
Right.
So that's, the mold isn't nearly as dangerous as that. So definitely don't touch your mouth, face, or anything until you wash your hands really good.
And we're kind of used to that game
Yeah.
right now
Yep,
anyway, so
yep,
it's all
exactly.
good there. So one more layer there.
Exactly. And I went up in the attic to help get this stuff, and luckily I had a mask, but
Right.
I made the mistake of not wearing gloves, and
Thank you.
I coughed good for a couple days after
Did ya?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was miserable. So